Hello everyone, and welcome back to This Week in Mythic Plus. Now this week we have Sanguine, which means when an enemy dies, it'll leave behind a pool that heals enemies and damages players. Necrotic, which means that enemies apply a debuff that reduces healing done by 3% per stack. And Fortified, which means that non-boss enemies do more damage and have more HP. Now tanks, this week you have to really be careful where mobs are going to go down because of Sanguine Placement. Sanguine Placement is very crucial this week. You basically don't want to drop them off in any of the hallways that you're going to be running to, so always pull back a little further than you need to, maybe even go around a corner and let them go down there. If you do have casters or ranged, make sure you either interrupt or line of sight them so that they do move and chase you. And after about 15 to 20 stacks of Necrotic, that's when you should start kiting. So throw down a snare if you have one or a stun and start running away from the group until your stacks fall off. Now also in between pulls, you do want your combat to drop, and that's because Necrotic drops off as soon as your combat ends. So make sure you no longer have stacks of Necrotic before you pull a new group. Also, your average pull should be around 5 mobs, because the more mobs you have, the faster your Necrotic stacks go up. So if you're going to be pulling something like 10 mobs, be prepared to very quickly pick up aggro, throw a snare, and run away for your Necrotic to go away as well. DPS, do not stand in Sanguine this week. It does do a lot of damage. Also, make sure you are helping with interrupting casters so that they move out of the Sanguine pools. And to help out your tanks, you should be applying snares and stuns after about 5 or 6 global cooldowns, just because at around that much time, that's when your tank should probably be thinking about starting to kite. Also, you can use all of your DPS cooldowns this week on trash, since the trash is the focus this week. Every single affix does affect them. Healers, do not stand in Sanguine this week. It does do a lot of damage. Also, if you can help with snares, stuns, and knockbacks when Necrotic stacks are high, your tank would very much appreciate that. After about 20 stacks of Necrotic on your tank, your healing is reduced by so much that that's when you want to start using your damage mitigation abilities. So something like Blessing of Sacrifice that is going to reduce the damage coming in, or a Bark Skin that will really help reduce that damage. Overall this week, the difficulty is at about a 6 out of 10. It is slightly above average just because Necrotic is going to slow you down, and with mini bosses it can get really tough. Also this week you do want to go big DPS on the trash, so make sure you bring your AoE and Cleave spec. Make sure you help out the tank with stuns and snares a little bit when you do see them kiting. And the most important thing this week is to place Sanguine out of the way. So make sure you know where you're going and drop Sanguine away from that. That does it for this week. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, good luck out there.